When the blackout curtains went up in British cities and every window became a liability, ordinary civilians learned to defend their homes without guns, alarms, or professional help. They used layered thinking, early warning, concealment, hardened access points, and rehearsed fallback plans. Those lessons kept families alive through raids and raids of terror. Translated for today, the same principles protect against a very different enemy, an intruder in the night. This guide shows how to take that wartime logic and apply it to modern home defence in ways that lower risk, buy time, and keep your family safe, without turning your house into an armed fortress. The goal is simple: detection, delay, communication, and escape. Get those four working in order, and you've already outpaced most threats before they reach the front door. How WWII neighbourhoods used warning systems to gain precious minutes. During the war, lookouts, air raid wardens and community sirens were the first line of defence. Today, the equivalent is layered detection exterior lighting that signals movement, properly positioned doorbell and window cameras, and neighbourhood communication. Start by ensuring sight lines around your house are clear. Trim hedges that hide approach routes and keep porch lights on motion sensors set to low intensity so they don't blind you at night, but reveal movement. Place cameras so they cover primary approach paths and entry points. Put them high and outward, not at eye level. Most important, make sure devices are linked to a phone and to a trusted neighbour or family member. In WWII, a shouted warning could save neighbours. Now, a shared alert or a single phone call will do the same. Practice a 2-minute notification drill with household members so everyone knows how to react when an alert comes through. How people harden doors, windows, and weak points without spending a fortune. What stopped shrapnel in 1940s basements wasn't armour plating, it was smart reinforcement. For today's intruder threats, target the predictable weak points: doors and first-floor windows. Replace hollow core doors with a solid core or steel-clad door for the main entry. Upgrade the strike plate to a heavy-duty model secured with 3-inch screws that bite into the stud, not the jamb. Fit a single high-quality deadbolt and consider a reinforced door jamb kit if you want extra resistance without a full remodel. Windows are best defended by denial and delay. Interior laminated film will slow forced entry and reduce dangerous shards, while simple window pins or keyed locks at sliding doors add seconds that matter. For porches and back doors, install internal bars or a crossbolt that can be engaged from the inside. These are deterrents, not traps, and should never endanger occupants. The WWII-era lesson was to make access costly and slow. The more time a family buys, the higher the chance help arrives or the intruder moves on. How layered concealment and deception reduced risk in wartime and can protect your home now. Blackouts worked because they removed visual targets. Use that same thinking to reduce your home's appeal. Keep expensive items, luggage, tools, bicycles out of sight from windows. Use curtains or reflective window films at night to block silhouettes that advertise activity. Avoid advertising times when the house is empty on social media. Wartime neighbours posted lookout shifts, not schedules. Inside, create a decoy outer area that looks like the main living space but contains nothing of significant value. The idea is to waste an intruder's time with minimal risk to the family. During WWII, sound and confusion bought time. A barking dog, a loud radio on a timer, or a motion-activated siren can recreate that same psychological barrier without violence. So, let's talk about how to build a modern fallback plan the Home Guard would recognize. Wartime planners always had redundant plans, layers of backup, just in case. You should too. Start by identifying 2 escape routes from every main room, a primary exit and a secondary one. One should be the front door, of course, but the other might be a side gate or even a pre-practiced window egress that leads to a hidden neighbour's yard. Next, pick a safe meeting point outside the property and set up a secondary virtual check-in, like a text or call, so you can confirm everyone's safe even if cell networks are busy. Train everyone in the family, children, elders, caregivers, on the plan. And you know, it's wise to run the drill at least twice a year. Practicing reduces panic and shortens decision time, just as those nightly blackout drills once did in air raid neighbourhoods. Now, how do you choose non-lethal response options and secure legal weapons responsibly if you decide to own them? During the war, civilians defended with what fit the law and their conscience. Today, the safest route for most families is non-lethal defence. A high-lumen flashlight, a loud personal alarm, pepper spray where legal, and barriers you can deploy quickly like a door wedge plus a stout stick to brace it. If you choose firearms, do so with full awareness. Secure them in a certified safe. Keep them unloaded and separate from ammunition, and train regularly under certified instructors. Always know your local laws. The legal and moral burden of a lethal response is, well, heavy. Many former military and law enforcement professionals advise that prevention, detection, and escape are the far better default. Here's something worth remembering. Community preparation multiplies individual security, just like neighbours did during the Blitz. No household is an island. In wartime, communities pooled lookouts, tools, and manpower. Do the same with your neighbours. Form a small neighbourhood. Watch that exchanges simple contact cards, agrees on lighting protocols, and shares camera footage when needed. A community that communicates and coordinates acts faster than any single household. This is not vigilantism. It's mutual aid. Honestly, a single neighbour spotting a strange van or a cut padlock often prevents a crime before it starts. The Home Guard taught civilians that defence begins with planning, not improvisation. Reinforce doors, create detection layers, rehearse escape plans, favour non-lethal first responses, and work with trusted neighbours. These are wartime lessons that apply to modern intruder threats because they change the timeline. The moment of surprise becomes a moment to act deliberately. That shift alone saves lives. If this practical history and step-by-step adaptation of World War II home defence spoke to you, subscribe to Relic Logic for more field-tested lessons from history. Share this video with someone who values real preparedness and historical perspective, because saving a family starts with knowledge, not panic.